This is going to be a Redux to a video response I uploaded today, Saturday, May 5th, and it's going to be addressing JF777 and his video, Atheists Dismiss Persecution. And in my original video that I did, I basically focused on Tim Tebow and the Ashley Madison thing a lot more than I should have. But, I mean, it does take up a good portion of his videos, or of his video, and he does talk about atheists and persecution for a small amount of time, but after he talks about how he's driving his Dodge Charger, going to pick up his daughter, going to see the Avengers, and how good of a day it was. And I should have focused more on what he said in the part about atheists and persecution than the Tim Tebow, Ashley Madison thing. The only thing I'll really say from my last video and this video is, how do you know about Ashley Madison, Jesus Freak? Aren't you supposed to be a good Christian? And that site promotes adultery. Isn't that what you're against? Just a question. But anyway, let's get into the important portion of the video. He says that most atheists say that there's less backlash for being a Christian than being an atheist, which is true. Because how many atheist presidents, openly atheist presidents, have we had? I'll wait. As I thought. But we've probably had a few covert atheist presidents, at least through the years, because saying that you're an atheist automatically says that you don't have good Christian morals, and that can harm you a lot in this country. It could stop you from getting a job, it could stop you from getting a lot of things, and that's pretty screwed up. And you say that in your video, Jesus Freak, that, well, that's going to happen if there's a lot of A and then there's a lot of B. Then you say on the flip side, there would probably still be a lot of bigotry if it was B over A, where there's more atheists than Christians, which I don't really believe, because a lot of Christians, or a lot of atheists, are good people, at least relatively. They don't try and push their own beliefs down your fucking throat. They don't try to do a lot of things down your throat like Christians do. Christians now have been trying to jam the Bible back into our throats with not allowing gay marriage, not allowing a whole host of things. And yet there are Catholics out there who still defend the Catholic Church, even after the whole child molesting thing that went on and probably is still going on around the world. And, I mean, there are a lot more groups that go under persecution than just atheists in this world. Christians are very low on the list. I mean, persecution implies that you're being dragged out in the street and being said that you're an evil person, which a lot of atheists go through. And I mean, the last time I can really think of that Christians were persecuted was during Nero, the Roman Emperor. I think it was Nero. Could have been someone else who would strap Christians to a cross and burn them alive to light his thing, and that's really just a legend, but either way, that's persecution. And I mean, Christian politicians especially are trying to control what people can think, with trying to take evolution out of biology textbooks and all of this other bullshit that's been going on. But there are other groups that have been way more oppressed for a lot longer by Christians. Gays. I mean, gays were once considered a mental fucking illness by a lot of Christians. I'm sure a lot of Christians still believe that shit. Anybody who isn't like them, they persecute. They say, you're bad, you don't belong here, you're not normal, blah 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 blah, all the regular bullshit. And nobody bats a fucking eyelash, except for people that are willing to stand up and proudly say, your Bible is bullshit, and then proceed to explain why. your beliefs are bullshit and explaining how you're a bigot. And I mean, YouTube is not a reflection of reality. And you may think that Christians are persecuted, but that you're only facing a lot of bullshit because you're spreading your views all over the goddamn internet like feces. And people are taking your views, stomping on them, and then kicking them in the head until you can't hold them anymore. Metaphorically speaking, of course. But in real life, there's a lot more of you than there are of us, and a lot of Christians see that say that atheists don't have a moral code, and that's bad. The only thing is, our moral beliefs are based more on, and not always, but more on rationality, trying to be as good a person as we can be, not relying on a 2,000-year-old fucking storybook for our rules and regulations 2,000 years later, the 21st century. But anyway, I think I've covered a little bit more in depth what he said. Maybe I went on a little bit of a ramble, but I think I addressed a lot of the things he said. And let's get back into the Tim Tebow, Ashley Madison thing. I really want to know how you know about this. Did Tebow fucking tweet it out? Did anything happen? What? How do you know? How do you know about this? Jesus freak. You're a good Christian, aren't you? How do you know about a stuff like this? Because it's not being publicized on fucking TV, as far as I know. It's only really through ads on the interwebs, and only usually on very, very dodgy sites, in quotation marks. So how did you find out about it? And so what if... Okay, Ashley Madison is not it's not a bad site. It's a site that is catering to a certain group of people. That's all it is. They saw a niche, and they said, hey, let's fill that niche and make money off of it, which they do. So, that's all Ashley Madison does, and Tim Tebow is an asshole because he prays before games, and if there is a God, and God does answer his prayers, he's basically meddling in human affairs, which is tipping the scales of the game, which is bullshit because you have a supernatural entity on the side of whatever team Tim Tebow is on. But anyway, I think that's pretty much it. I think I was more focused on the persecution than on the Tim Tebow thing. Let's upload this, see if I can't do anything better, or if people watch it, or if Jesus Freak will actually accept this as a video. Sorry, jump cut. I cut too soon. But I'm Resonator Zen. This has been a video talking about a Christian, and I do have a video review coming up of my cell phone. This thing coming up probably tomorrow, or the day after this is uploaded. So whatever. Peace, love, harmony, and hope you guys enjoy it. Peace.